Hello YouTubers and Star Wars fans, and once again welcome to another Star Wars 6-inch Black Series action figure review. As you can see, this time I shall be taking a look at Chewbacca, Han Solo's trusty sidekick in 6-inch form. This was released a few months ago, might have been nearly a year ago now, and I think that this is easily one of the best figures in the line. So first off, let's take a look at the detail. So as you can see, the detail, it's just like how Chewbacca appeared in the films. You've got all the different shades of brown all over the body, all over the fur, and I think the paint job on this figure, all the paint applications, I think they've been done very, very well. All the tussles of fur all over the figure. You just take a look all around the figure. There's been a lot of attention being made to this, and this is probably the most detailed Chewbacca that we've ever had in action figure form, because all the ones that came before this were in a smaller scale. So I think that Hasbro have done a very good job, with all the different shades, just all go all around the figure really. So really, there's not that much to talk about in terms of all the colours of the figure and all that. But if we take a look at the face, you can tell that it's Chewbacca. You can see his eyes there and his nose, and he has his mouth open, so he's roaring, and you can see the detail inside his mouth being painted pink, and all of his teeth, which is not very nice. And then at his fingers, you can see that they've been painted in this grey colour, and the same goes for the feet, and the bottom of the feet have been painted grey as well. So they kind of look like sort of orangutan hands and feet. That's what I thought when I first got this figure, because I never really took notice of what his hands were like in the Star Wars films. But I think with the bigger scale, the bigger 6-inch figures, you get a lot more detail out of all these characters, and I think that's absolutely marvellous. Of course, he comes with his trusty gun, and well, I'd say the gun is probably the most difficult thing to put together and stay in his hand. So I'll just slightly move his hand so you can just see the gun, because I don't really want to take it out of his hand, if that makes any sense. So I think the gun is very, very nicely detailed. It looks just like his gun. He's got that weird looking thing at the tip, and yeah, it's been painted in this sort of metallic silver with a little wash of black in there as well, which I think is really good. I really like that. It looks like it's been used quite a bit. We also get his little backpack, which just comes with his thing. I don't know what you call it, but he wears it all the time, and that just fits on. It just stays on the figure. Sometimes it can move about, which is a bit of a pain, and I believe you can take it out if you wish, so you can just have Chewbacca without the backpack and this thing on his body. But that's been done very nicely as well. We've got the nice detail on the backpack. Looks like it's been given, like the way it's been painted, it looks like it's made out of this leathery material, and it's got these straps on with silver buckles on the end of it, and these bits that go on around the body, the main torso of the figure, been done very nicely as well. Again, painted in this silver and brown colour, which I think is just how it looked in the films that Chewie appeared in. And I think overall, all around, the detail is absolutely marvellous on this figure. I can't really fault it that much, really, because, well, it's, you know straight away who it's meant to be. It's Chewbacca. In terms of the articulation, there is quite a bit on this figure. The head doesn't really move, although you can take it off if you really try. So the head is removable, and it can move a little bit, but it can't do the usual stuff like go around 360 or anything like that. Probably due to the fact that you've got all this fur here that goes over his chest, and that's just like attached to the headpiece, and that hinders the whole articulation of the head. But I'm not really that bothered. It's not like Chewbacca turned his head that much in the films anyway. The arms, they can do the usual articulation though. They can go around and do a 360. There's no articulation at the biceps. There's no bicep articulation on this. But there is elbow articulation, and there is a lot of articulation in these wrists. I'm not going to move the wrists around because I do not want him to drop his gun. There's a bit of articulation around at the torso, as you can see. That, I believe, can do a 360, but I do not want to risk him dropping the gun, because it would take me ages to put the gun back in his hands. There's articulation at the legs. They can move a little bit back and forward. Again, it's kind of hindered by this fur that goes down here towards his crotch area, and his knees can go back. They can't really go that much forward. Well, they can go forward if you really put the effort into it. Oh, look, he's dropped his gun. I knew that was going to happen. His feet, they can do 360, and they are actually ball jointed as well. So if you want, you can pose him as if he's running, like you see in the films. One thing to mention, when you get this figure, the gun comes in two pieces. It comes with this, and it comes with this. And as you may have seen, my gun just dropped down onto the floor. It's come into two pieces again. Now this is really annoying, because you can put it together very easily, but it comes back apart easily, and this is why it's a pain in the arse to put the gun in his hand, because as I often try to do it, it comes apart while I'm in the process of doing it. So that's a real shame. So just be wary of that when you get this figure. You'll have to assemble this, and you probably have to do it quite a number of times, like I have done. Slots in like so. Hopefully this works. Very difficult because I'm doing this in front of a camera, and the camera is in between me and this. There we go. So you just put it in, it just fits in like that. So it's all together again, but you can easily take it apart again. That's the only bad thing I'd say about this gun. I wish it just stopped together. And the bottom part of this as well, this can actually move about, and this can be removable as well. But again, I don't really want to take that off. Again, you can see more of the detail of the gun there, which I think is quite nifty. So overall, excellent figure, just awkward gun. And here he is posed alongside the 6-inch Han Solo. So as you can see, compared to the Han Solo figure, Chewbacca looks absolutely humongous, and it's absolutely brilliant that we have these two figures together now, because we waited for a Chewbacca for quite a long time, and here he is, so I'm really glad about that. All there is left for me to say is this is a highly recommended figure. I would recommend that you check this out, and thank you very much for watching my Star Wars Black Series action figure review of Chewbacca. Stay tuned till next time, everybody.
Don't forget to click the link below to subscribe to me, James Croft, aka the Obsessivian 95. Have a great day.